नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. So we welcome all of you for this ongoing iOS wisdom series. The topic for discussion today is very relevant. Fearless. Uh, be fearless even if you are under pressure. Be fearless under pressure. Of course, now the whole period of Corona is actually a fearful period. So I choose this topic for a exact understanding of the whole situation. Definitely, we'll speak about this issue of Corona later. But let's go through this beautiful slides which we have received from very authentic sources about how we can experience fearlessness even when we are under pressure. So, when we talk about fearless under pressure, we need to know that we are talking about a skill, a value which has to be inculcated or developed in our life. We need to know that by birth, there is no quality of fearlessness which comes in. It is a human being's own endeavor through God given intelligence that we develop the art of fearlessness. Everyone is born fearful, right? Because fear comes when there is an unknown factor. So, fearlessness is something which we have to develop in our life as we move on in our own existence in this body. So it's a skill, as I mentioned. It has to be learned, it has to be mastered, and it is not by birth. So um, the basic solution on which the whole slides today will be focusing, which we'll focus on, is we need to not lose control on our own situation. We should not lose control. That's the main thing. And based on that platform, then we will have some tips on which we will work on how we can be fearless in spite of the pressure around us. So let's go on, venture on some beautiful points. Few things to practice so that we can develop fearlessness even if we are under pressure. The first one, understand the situation. There is fear in our life when there is an unknown factor. That unknown can be a task, that can be a problem, that can be a challenge that can come anytime in our life. And when you don't know what it is all about, then there is a chance, there is a provocation of fearful situation. So when there is no information about it, it creates an unknown gap in our life, in our existence, right? For example, when we write answer sheets in our exams papers, many times we leave gaps, because we do not know what the answer is. So those kind of gaps, when the situation is not known, is created within our existence in our mind. And what happens, that gap, the question paper answer sheets gap remain as it is and go to the examiner for us to correct. But the problem in the life is, when there's a gap in the mind and you cannot provide the information there, there's a gap there, the mind provides information there, imaginative information. And as a result, that gap is filled not by fact but by fiction or by something of the past we experience, and that creates a imaginative kind of a fear, a pressure on the mind because of a gap. So therefore we need to fill the gap. How are we going to fill the gap? We need to fill the gap with information of the event, the situation, the challenge which we see in front of us. So that brings us to the point of endeavor. So every situation if you want to avoid being fearful in that situation, we need to know firsthand all information necessary in that situation. Uh, like, for example, have you ever gone on a journey where you went to a new place and you did not know the place? What was the whole thing? The whole journey was kind of very much uh, a question mark. We are not sure what will happen when should we get down. I remember first time ever I was told to go to one particular place in Maharashtra, and I was just told that time that this is the ticket, board the train, take rest in the night. Morning 6 a.m. the station will come and get down, and this is the name of the station. So I was like, okay, that's enough information. 6 a.m. I sleep nicely in the night. 6 a.m. I'll get up. And I was also told the train goes beyond the station. It's the not the last station. So 6 a.m. is quite good time. You can wake up before that. As devotees, you wake up early. So for me, it was good information. But when I landed on the train, when I was traveling, I couldn't sleep the whole night because I was thinking, what if I sleep too much, And 6 a.m. I don't wake up and I miss that station and I'll go ahead. Whatever TC catches me, what will happen to me? The whole night I did not sleep. I guess we all have same or similar situation in our life where we couldn't get a proper sleep in the night because of the unknown. So I understood that I actually did not have the information of the whole situation. So the next time I traveled, I made sure that I do not have just information about the place where I'm getting down, but I should also have information of everything before the place. So next time I carried a timetable and I knew what time the other stations are coming. So the whole night I was peacefully sleeping, and then when in the morning I woke at 4:30, I just checked the station which was there around me, and then I checked the timetable. I came to know that the train was 1 hour late, and I was peacefully there chanting my rounds in the train. So I understood that there was fearlessness in the second time because I understood the situation. So therefore, the most important factor, the basic truth, basic understanding of avoiding fearlessness or becoming fearless in under pressure is we should make endeavor to understand the situation around us. We need to fill those gaps which can create fears, which the mind can create fears in our existence. Like one story I just today read somewhere was that one particular lake, there was one fisherman who would come regularly and fish by throwing a net. So all the fishes were always in fear because they were not sure they would survive the next day. But the fishes saw that there was one fish amongst them who was always very joyful, not fearful at all. So all the fish went to this fish and said, "You are not fearful that today the hunter to the fisherman may come. Yesterday they caught so many fishes. Many of our friends went. So today you may also be caught." He said, "No, no, I don't have to worry." "Why you don't have to worry?" He said, "When the fisherman comes and he stands in the lake and throws the net, I immediately that time go and start moving around the feet of the fisherman. So I generally," he said, "I move around the feet of the fisherman because I know even if he throws the net all over the lake, that particular place where his feet is, the net won't be there. So I am very sure as soon as Pretty, when he enters the lake, I will just go near his feet and move around that place." So you find here the fish was fearless even in fearful situation because he understood the situation of where he could locate and find its own place. So that is the first and foremost thing in our life to practice is to first actually understand or check the whole situation which we are dealing right now, the task, the challenge, the problem, the anxiety, the issues which come in our life. Understand it nicely. That may create lesser fear or bring down the fear or kind of remove all the fear. So that's the first thing, understand the situation. Let's go to the next one. Bad days will go away. Yeah, bad days will go away. So every bad day will be gone. We should look for positive side in those bad days. Now, well, the first point was understand the situation. What if we understood situation and we came to know that indeed the situation was very difficult to control? What to do? Because after understanding situation doesn't imply at all that situation is in our hands. What if we understand situation, understand actually situation is out of hand? Then what is the thing we should practice? So this is the practicing thing. Bad days will go away. Because if you see a situation which you have information which is little out of control, amazing fact is that situation is not permanent. It's a temporary situation. It won't last long. So now calculate how long that situation will remain. Will it remain for few minutes? Will it remain for few hours? Will it remain for few days? And in this we analyze, most of the time we'll able to understand that situation is limited, right? Because this material world where we are staying, we are not in control. But we can definitely understand what is coming at us and how long it will last. We can have a fair deal of understanding. So once we understand that it's not going to last eternally, definitely nothing is going to last eternally. And Krishna is also speaking in the Bhagavad Gita, very nice this verse, Matra Sparshas tu Kaunteya, Agama apayano nityastam stitikshvashva bharata. Agama payano nityas. That means this situation which we have in our life, whether good or bad, both of them are anitya, not eternal. They are temporary. So whenever it comes in our life, some fearful situation which we have some definite some idea about it, we have understood the whole situation properly. Then the next point to ponder over is take moment by moment or hour by hour or day by day and face it slowly in our life. So like a good thought may be that uh, I have a problem now, it's early in the morning now. Well, then analyze that problem will not be there in the evening, so you have some fresh breath of a near future where those problems will not exist. Like people, generally students have a lot of fear of exam, right? So 2 days later exam will be there, such a pressure of exam. But there is always a third day after exam and that pressure will not be there and will be free bird away from the exams. So if we analyze situations beyond those fearful periods, we can find some hope. There is hope in our life as well. So, like for example, today was a bad day. No problem. Tomorrow is a good day. Wow, tomorrow is Ekadashi, a day of fasting. Tomorrow, my chanting did not go today. Great. I couldn't practice much today. Well, tomorrow is a day of Lord Hari Ekadashi. Let me invest tomorrow. So, fear today can be a hope tomorrow if we see beyond the tenure of fear. So, in this way, we should analyze that how there is always a positive side to every black day in our life. So, we need to reframe the tough situation when it comes. Okay, today is tough, tomorrow will be better, right? And there should be always hope against hope. So, this is something about bad days will surely go away. They will not remain eternal throughout. Bad days have their number as well. The third one is have faith that it is possible. Yes, we should believe in ourselves. We can always have a point of yes, we can do it. Yes, I have faith that it's possible. It's possible that I can achieve it. There is a beautiful saying in the English: God helps those who help themselves. So the mercy or the factor of divinity comes into our life when we are very confident of the help coming. God helps those who help themselves. So first we should help ourselves, and then the help will come from God. So the point here is not losing faith against hopelessness, against fearful. Yes, yes, we can't control situations many times, can't control things many times, yet we have capabilities of controlling not the situation but the response to the situation. Yes, we can't control many things in our life, but we can definitely control our response to that particular thing in our life. So we should respond how? Respond well with a calm and cool mind, right? Should know that anything which has come in our life, how no matter how bad, no matter how worst, it has an end. Someday it will go away, and some new positivity will come. So therefore, we should see life and situations in life not as end of the road, right? The problem is we think everything is now as end of my road, but rather we should see every problem not as end of the road, but a speed breaker in the road. So when a speed breaker is there, we may have to apply brakes, but we need to know beyond the speed breaker, again, the accelerators go high and the car or the vehicle speeds up. So it's not the end of the road, but rather speed breakers on the road. And these situations correspond to not the end of our existence, but certain speed breakers in our life, and we will move on in our life even after the speed breaker is gone. The next point to ponder over is yes, associate with calmness. Associate with calmness, yes. Yes, we should take good breaks of positivity in our life and develop our inner content, develop our inner strengths in our mind. See, the mind is a very pivotal object in dealing with our life. Our mind is very much sometimes overworked with a lot of things. We need some breaks, but those breaks should not be kind of without much of a content. It should be full of it should be well calculated break. People sometimes take break. They don't want to do anything in their life and just take a break. No, that should not happen. We should always have a break where yes, we do not want to do the routine things in our life, but yet we want to do something extra, something good in our life. So those breaks can create positivity in life. So breaks where we can deal with nature, right? Breaks where we can meet people who are also very calm and very cool, whom we always admire in our life for their positivity. So these are the breaks which we take in our life where we meet and associate with nature, which is also very enormous and calm in spite of the huge existence. And we also think we also should know around. We should also see and look for people around who are calm. So, I mean, this is something which we are knowing about it so much. We also know about so many places where we go, we feel fresh, our mind feels fresh. I've been to many places where people come and say, when I came to this place, I feel so fresh in my mind. Or people have come to me and say that when we come in a good association of like-minded devotees or good people, we feel very calm in our mind. Yes, so that's the solution. But the problem is many of us do not take a what we say a full understanding of where such situation or where such people are available. We're always running around the last moment for looking for those breaks. What I try to trying what I'm trying to make deliver here is we need to look for calm situations or calm people in our life well in advance. Maybe make a list of them so that when those situations of difficulty come, we are not frantically looking for who these people are, who this place is, or what they are, right? The Srimad Bhagavatam Srila Prabhupada beautifully points out that the ocean is known for its calmness and coolness. Why? Because the ocean, so many rivers enter the ocean flooded with water, but the ocean remains intact. So Prabhupada mentions that the ocean has connection with the mind. It's one place Prabhupada says in the purport that sit near the ocean and observe the ocean, then you will feel very cool or calmness in the mind. So these are examples from Bhagavatam, and they're examples of so many great Vaishnavas who sit around. And I know so many wonderful people around in our institution who are so calm and cool that when we just hear their classes, we feel all our anxiety just drop down. So better to always keep those wonderful people's lecture, devotees lecture in our hard drives, in our mobiles, and also keep track of those wonderful purports of Srila Prabhupada where he mentions how we can calm ourselves. So this is called as associating with calmness. More or less, associating with calmness also means associating with mode of goodness or cultivating the mode of goodness. Because in the mode of goodness, a person is always very calm and very serene. So we need to look after people who are in mode of goodness, situations mode of goodness, and also try to practice or emulate goodness in our life. I remember a beautiful example which once Sachinandan Swami told about how when he was selling newspaper as a small boy, and he used to go to different places, different house to drop those newspaper, and he was always afraid of one particular house where there was a big greyhound dog there. So he would always throw the newspaper from very far away and run away from that place. But one day he had to enter that premises, and lo and behold, the greyhound dog was coming, chasing, running after him. And that time he shouted loudly for the master of the house. Immediately, the master heard his cry, and immediately he shouted the dog's name, and the dog became very silent and calm. So he mentioned a very beautiful lesson that we may have situations around us which can make us frantic, we can become tensed, but we can log in or take shelter of those people who are the controller of the situation which is difficult for us to control. And who else can better control any situation in our life than God Himself? So turning to Krishna, turning to God in our life at right times can keep us calm as well. So we can keep calm with nature, we can keep calm with people, positive people around us, and we can be calm with Krishna or God around us, taking shelter of the God, taking shelter of Krishna. So this is the fourth point we are associating of way we can be fearless under pressure in our life by associating with calmness. The fifth one is arrange a backup plan. Yes, we need to have backup plan, right? I heard once a person saying many people fail in their life because they don't plan well. But there is an extension to that. Many people fail in their life because they don't plan well, and many people also fail to have a backup plan so that they don't fail in life. So we need to have a plan A, which is our main important plan. But we need to know, since we are not in the control, and there are so many people like us who also wish to have the same goal in our scale, same goal as we have. So there is more competition in the market. So we need to know also that with our plan A, with firm faith that we'll achieve plan A, we should at the back of our mind also work on a plan B as well. And that's not a kind of a failure, but that's kind of a progress. Many times people think if I make a plan for B when plan A is going on, people may laugh at us, that what is this? You are not focused. You are thinking of two plans. But actually, it's not like that. We should plan A, focus on that, but we should also look and for a plan B and keep it ready in case, because we people may laugh at us. We are planning at B when plan A is executed, but they will be proud of us when we if we fail at plan A. They will see that this person was very clever, intelligent. He already had another alternative plan, and they will be proud of us. So let's not look at the face value of someone laughing at us, but let's plan also to have another alternate plan while we execute our original plan. So, these are the few items which we thought we'll discuss today, few things we can practice so that we can be fearless under pressure. Now, I want to also give you a good news, that is A, B, C, D, E. We have already experienced and practiced in our life. Yes, even though I am giving a seminar here and trying to teach all here who are attending this seminar that we can practice this and become fearless. But point is, each of this we have already practiced in our life. You may ask how. Yes, the last year was a very terrible year, 2020, March. You all know March third week when the announcement came, there's going to be lockdown for one day and then consequently 15 days and then months and months of lockdown. And we are all under pressure, fear factor of coronavirus, COVID-19. What will happen? What will happen? But we went through the whole thing, right? Now it's almost 10 months or so, and things open in India here. Huh? We can move around. So 10 months we survived. You analyze, it was all about these 5 steps we underwent in our life. We understood situation. We were actually taking proper understanding of what this COVID-19 is there, what are precautions, what government is telling us. We also knew that in 10 days things will improve, 15 days things will improve, 2 months things will improve. So bad days will go away. The point B, and see, have faith. It's possible. Yes, we were thinking that yes, In other countries, it's getting lesser. Ours also will go less. So we are matching and we were trying calculating it's possible. There is faith. We were also associating with calmness because we were also knowing that we are not alone in this run. We are not alone in this fight. We have so many people around us, and we even though things were going out of control many places, but we associated with calm people and calm qualities of, and we also turned many times to Krishna, to God for help, right? Many people, they have told us that because of this unknown fear factor which came last year 2020 March, many people turned to spiritual life more than ever before, and people were coming and people were actually connecting with other people more because they knew alone they cannot run the show. And finally arrange a backup plan. I mean, the whole corona thing, we always had a backup plan. Okay, this doesn't work, then what to do? This will work, that will work. Now we can't buy this, then we can buy this. Now, so many things happened in the whole race of fight against corona. All this we already practiced. So if coronavirus can create a situation where we can grow in life, definitely every situation in life we come across will help us in our growth spiritually as well as materially. So these are few thoughts on how we can become fearless in our life when we are under pressure, and how we can try to emulate various points, qualities, so that we can manage that fear, and we can walk on the road, drive on the road with speed breakers, but reach our destination. Thank you so much for joining. Hare Krishna.